diamonds in Vida Divina. We are happy, we are elated. We know that as a people, once we put our minds and our shoulders, our feet and heart to something, nobody on God's green earth can stop us because we know that we are more than conquerors. And what I do know as well is that I am just the first one. But for sure, remember this evening, I tell you, there are many more diamonds that will be popping out of Jamaica, out of the Caribbean, through this great team that we have here. Ladies and gentlemen, please take me serious because the numbers are telling us just that. And of course, one of the things that would have led to us, accelerating to these great heights is the fact that we promised you when you came into this business that we will not leave you alone. We promised you that we will be there to hold your hand and to ensure that you have all the tools and mechanisms to grow. One of those tools, Gerald Morris will tell you, is that of training. Yes, we believe that this business, you grow better, you grow faster when you are equipped with the knowledge and the information, to grow. And so training for us is vital. Ladies and gentlemen, as we look at this very important theme, 5 steps to unlimited prospects, I just want to pause for a minute as I share with you this great quotation from my good friend and brother, Sir James Allen. James Allen says, men are anxious to improve their circumstances, but are unwilling to improve themselves. They therefore remain bound. You are here this evening. You would have read that quotation. Please raise your hand and tell us what is your interpretation of those words as posited by Mr. James Allen. Who will be the first person to share with us this evening? Don't be afraid. And this training, we're all one family. Nobody is here. We don't consider ourselves brighter than anyone else. We're all at the feet of learning, and so we can all teach each other. Lady Angela Lee, please, ma'am, unmute your mic and take it away. Talk to us. What is your interpretation of what Sir James Allen is saying to us this evening?
Well, what I get from what it is saying is that people, they want better. However, they're not willing to take the steps necessary to put themselves through the rigor and all the work to get there.
All the work. Wow, that's impressive. That is impressive, Lady Angela. We thank you for sharing. That is indeed food for thought. We have to take that into consideration. Anybody else care to share? Lady Angela Lee bowled the first delivery, and it was a splendiferous Yorker. If you look right now, you see the batsman playing all over the delivery because, what she said was real truth. What are your thoughts? Come on, raise your hand and, let us reason. We are going to reason because this is in line with what we are here. Lady Loet, my goodness, my friend over there in Canada, please unmute your mic, ma'am, and take it away.
Good evening, everyone. My interpretation of this is, and I'll go the simple way, is that we as human beings, we want this and we want to do that and we want to get there and we want to take the next step, but it's all there sort of in the mind. We're not taking, or we're not willing to take the necessary actions to actually get there. So because of that, we remain bound by our minds because our mind controls what we do. So
Wow.
our minds keep us bound.
Awesome, awesome. Lady Lowett, Lady Angela gave us a Yorker and the batsman played all over it. But that was a ferocious bounce up. My goodness gracious me. The batsman is off his feet and flinched that delivery straight to fourth slip. He's walking back to the pavilion because you are on point. What a great, let me tell you something. When these ladies speak, you people who are here and not willing to participate, take notes because what they are saying is all truth. Now, James Allen, if you know him, if you have never read anything that he has written, then you need to find him because this man is all about the mind. This man says, listen, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Although he took that from the Bible, but I think that's one of the titles of one of his books. Get that book and read it. And he's on point. We are anxious. You see, many teenagers, they want to get the latest piece of technology. They want to live in the biggest houses. They want to drive the fastest car, but they do not want to put in the work. They don't want to learn. They don't want to make themselves, into that person who is going to invest into their own personal development. And this quotation is speaking to many of us on this call right now. Because you came into Vida Divina because you were told that there are some monies here. You came, expecting your name to be on a blank check as posited by some of our presenters. Yes, you want that blank check, but that blank check comes with some amount of sweat equity. You know what I mean? For you to turn that blank check into the figures that you sit and daydream about, you have to put in some sweat equity. And a part of this sweat equity, a part of the sweat equity is training, is learning. There are some skills, ladies and gentlemen, that we must have in order to grow. My mentor, my friend, my brother, I could even label him my father, Sir Eric Worre. He is the author of the book, 7 Steps to Becoming a Network Marketing Professional. He has posited, through years of research, 7 steps that every person who is serious about this profession must develop. And the first one, ladies and gentlemen, you can't get around it. You can't get over it. It has to be prospecting, because at the center of this business, whether you believe it or not, it's people. It's people. KFC, they thrive on people. Yes, KFC, they thrive on people. No wonder every time you turn on your television, what you see at 7 o'clock, prime time hour, it's finger licking good. KFC, not far behind is something from Pepsi telling you how great this caffeine product is. Not too far behind is BK, Burger King. And if you are in Kingston or you drive across Jamaica, when you look within the space, the billboards that you see that are very captivating are usually from these companies. So their effort is to get you, the people, to take a look. That's prospecting in one way. Yes, so the essence of this business is people. So where do you find these people? But before we get there, I just want to share with you, 3 types of people that constitute this profession. Yes, there are 3 types of people that makes up this profession. And, as we talk about them tonight, just look at yourself to see where you fall. First, we have the poser. Yes, we have that person that treat this profession as if it's a lottery ticket. You come in and you just want to make one go and extrapolate all the monies you can. And when you do so, you say, listen, bye-bye. You just want to eat it big with little effort. No training, no participation in the calls. You don't invite anybody to the opportunity calls. When we in our various groups, when we share the strategies for during the days, you don't even bother to put them on your social media page. In fact, you forget about those. You are a leader of a team, and people have to be begging you to participate in things. People have to be begging you and beseeching you. But yet still, you expect to win big from this profession. It doesn't work like that. You are just a poser. This is not for you. The truth is, it's not for all of us. Even those of us who are here now, it may not be for you. Because you are just a poser. You just come and you expect to eat it big and you're gone. That's not how it works. Some sweat equity is required to get you to that level. And then we have the amateurs. Yes? The amateurs are people who focus on 4 things. Number 1, you focus on luck. You hope to sign a big distributor, a big business partner. So you come into this business and you say, listen, I'm looking for 2 people. And you say, once I sign these 2 people, me done, because them 2 people here, I got to do all the work. No. Doesn't work. That is amateurish in thoughts. Ladies and gentlemen, the next of the things that amateurs focus on is they focus on timing. There you go, right. So we have these people, ladies and gentlemen, that are essentially, they are just depending on timing. They say, wow, you know what? If I could get into this business, when it is early, yes. If I'm the first person in Jamaica to get going, my goodness gracious me, then I will be the first diamond. That is not so. That is not so. In fact, if I were to get in early, then I will make all the money because all the people will work for me. No, not so. And that is why I'm so happy for Mr. Armand Puyol, because Mr. Armand Puyol ensures that this particular business that he has established here in Vida Divina, it doesn't work like that. It does not work like that, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't work. The profession does not work like that. Some people, they say, listen, I want to just position myself. You know what I mean? If I could be on the right team, if I could get on Steve King's team, man, I am sure to hit diamond in no time, because Steve King, he is going to do all the work. This guy, he's just going to recruit people left, right, and center and place below me. No, not at all. Does not work, ladies and gentlemen. And then we have those now. They depend on shortcuts. Yes? Every little thing that pops up, they become a part of it. So they are in Vida. They don't stay focused, even though they know that Vida is the best thing on planet Earth. They're not staying focused. You know what they do? They see some bitcoins pop up over there. They run to that. So they lose. I've seen people here in this business doing very well and took all their monies and went into cryptocurrencies, yes, or they went into trading, and they came back with their hands and towels and clothes soaked in tears, because all the monies that they would have worked so hard and diligently for over here in Vida just went in some pyramid scheme. Ladies and gentlemen, that's not the way. That's not the way to do it. Don't think of it from a poser's perspective. Don't think of it from an amateur's perspective. You must think about this business as a professional. That should be professional right there, yes? Think about it from a professional perspective. And what is it that professionals do? You are here, you're a teacher. You are here, you're a theologian. You are here, you are a doctor, you're a lawyer, you're an accountant. What is it that people do to get to the point of becoming professionals? Well, they invest time, energy in developing skills. Oh, yes. You thought it was something else? No, 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 no. These people, yes, look at yourself. You would have gone to university. Let's look at it this way. So you would have gone to primary school, yes. You would have gone to secondary school. So that's a total of 5, 6, and possibly 7. 6 and 7 the last time I checked. Maths, come on over here. That's about 13 years, yes. Then you would have done possibly some persons, they do pre-UE, so they may have done 2 years there, and then you go to the tertiary institution. It's been another 2 to 3 years. Some people, if you're doctors and so on, you're looking at 5 years. So you spend all that time developing, owning the skills to become the professional that you are today. Why would you now venture into the best thing ever? Yes, because network marketing consists of all the professions that you can think of. All the professionals over the world that you know, yes? They are in this thing. The doctors are here. The lawyers are here. The accountants, the drivers, the police officers, the soldiers, they too are here. The highest ranking police officers in Jamaica, they are in Vida, Divina, whether you believe it or not. The men from the army, they are here in Vida, Divina. Why would you now come into this great profession and refuse to develop the skills that you need in order to grow? Why would you come over here and not practice until you master it? Ladies and gentlemen, that's the way to become a professional. And so for Mr. Eric Worre, one of the steps for him in terms of us becoming professionals is that we must master the step of prospecting. Yes? Hence, his 2 cents on 5 steps to unlimited prospects. Now, one of the first things that we need, yes, in order to have unlimited prospects, ladies and gentlemen, is that we must develop what is called an active candidates list. For this month, we have proposed a challenge for our team where we are asking people to recruit 20 people in 30 days. 20 people in 30 days, right? So the challenge is on right now. There are prizes and surprises awaiting the winners. How are you going to recruit 20 people in 30 days if you do not have an active candidates list? You tell me. No, an active candidates list is a list of all the names that you know on planet Earth. Whether it's in a database, whether you wrote it on your, in a book, whether you documented it on whatever it is. But we are talking about a list of all the people that you know, right? Now, if you have a list of all the people that you know, guess what happens now? All the people that you know that are placed within that database, those people, you know what happened? They too know people. And those people know people. So if you look at it from that perspective, as my friend Shani Hamilton would have done, oh my goodness, this lady is going to be a rock star in this business. Ladies and gentlemen, remember the name. Shani Hamilton, she is going to be a rock star. I've never seen somebody so easy to coach in all my life. In all my days of doing this business, I've never seen a professional woman so easy to coach. I mean, she just forget about everything that she knows. And she's not a joke. I'm talking about a developer here in Jamaica that is in this business. She's not a joke, but she's so coachable. You know what I mean? Shane, develop an active candidates list. Okay, Christopher, no problem. And she goes and she has her list, and when you check her again, she signed 10, 15 people out of that list. That's the spirit. That's the spirit that you need in order to grow. Now, once you have this list, ladies and gentlemen, you just don't go and bombard people with your business. You don't go and say, listen, sign up now, whatever, whatever, whatever. No, you don't do that. These are people, some of them with whom you have relationships. Some of the things that you can do if you have relationships with them before is that you can say to them, listen, John, we have been friends for years, and you are someone that I truly value your opinion. I just started a business recently, and these are my products. Would you care to support me in business by just purchasing a product from me? Yes, that's one way to go about it. Next way to go about it, Paul, I know you are somebody who you're enthused about, improving the quality of your life. I started something recently, and believe me, I did not know that things like this existed in the world. I have people in my team who are earning, over 500, 1,000, 2,000, even 100,000 US dollars, on a monthly basis from this venture. If I were to invite you to one of my opportunity calls, just to hear, my upline speak about this business, would you be willing to do so? And he says, yes, of course, I'm willing. You say, okay, no problem. The meeting is going to be on Saturday night or Sunday night or Tuesday or Wednesday at X time. I'm just going to be calling you about an hour before just to provide you with a little reminder. No problem. When the time comes, you call him and you provide him or her with a reminder. That's it. Don't go and say, listen, I start a business and I tell you I make a whole heap of money. People know whether you're making money or not. You know what I mean? Or another way you could do it is that, look, listen, I started this business and man, I'm telling you, the products, they are simply remarkable. In fact, we have people in our company that are losing between 5 and 7 pounds of belly fat over a 1 week period. I did not believe it. So what I did, I took a tea and I drank it. And look at me, this dress that I'm wearing now, 2 weeks ago, it would not fit. It was very tight. You know what I mean? So that's the approach. If I would you? You know what I mean? That type of thing. Am I making sense, ladies and gentlemen? Am I talking to myself? Am I talking to myself? If I'm not talking to myself, say, Chris, you're not talking to yourself. You're making sense. You're not a madman. Anybody, yes, feel free to type in the chat. Don't just leave me here all by myself. Am I making sense? Am I making sense? Okay, Gerald. So if I'm making sense, Gerald, I'd like for you to just tell me what is it that is standing out for you at this time based on what I'm saying. You say I'm making sense. I'm unmuting you. Let us interact. Tell me, what is it that is standing out for you right at this time?
I think what's standing out for me is when I joined Vida, I never knew the amount of persons I know who, even when I started getting in touch with them, it became so clear that I wasn't the only person who was looking for a solution.
Wow.
So these people are there and they want the solution. They are looking for a result. They are looking for better ways. Some of them want to get off meds. And they want to try something that don't give them all the side effects. And we have it here, I have it here, and it just became very, very clear to me. So I got this very big book. And I started writing down names, and I went online, and I'm throwing myself out there because I went online and I found Eric Warren have this thing where it's called a memory jogger. I can post it in the different groups and the leaders can share it with their people. What it does is it helps me now to figure out who do you know that is in this profession or that profession, or who do you know that is a teacher, that is a doctor, that is a lawyer, who it jogs your memory, and as soon as you see the title, then you are able to know, go in your phone or in your whatever you have, your database, to write these people down, and know you can build your database of people. So yeah, this is really helpful, Chris.
Awesome. Thank you very much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, put some fire emojis for Gerald. The man is not shy. The man is willing to share. Step number 2. So that was step number 1. Step number 2 in this great, prospecting process is that you must never stop expanding your active candidates list. No, you never stop adding people to this list, Lady Lloyd. You always add people to this list. And where do you find them? You know, why is it so important to constantly add people to this list? I'm going to tell you why it is so important. Now, I started this business in late 2019. Like I said before, my story is a remarkable one. You know, I was at a point where, you know, if I didn't do something, something would have been done to me, you know. One of the biggest mistakes I made, and I'm going to tell you this for the very first time, the 144 on you on this call, you're going to hear this for the first time. I was a man who was in the church. I'm still in the church, but not as active as I used to, right? And I took Jesus seriously. I tell you, I took Jesus seriously. And ladies and gentlemen, you know, one day I am that type of person that believes that, you know, if somebody needs help, I must help them. That came to me, you know, in a very forceful way some time ago. So this church brother came to me and he said, "Boy, Chris, you know, I'm working with a company, man, and they're exploiting me. I think I can start my own business." And I said, "Really? Well, if that's what you want to do, brother, I'm here to support you." He said, "Boy, I need some money." So I said, "No problem, man. How much you need?" At that time, you know, my credit was good, and, you know, Scotia Bank, I had a nice credit card with 500,000, you know, monthly I could use. And of course, he said, "Listen, I want to buy some things for $400,000. I said, "Okay, no problem, man." And I took my credit card and I said, "You know, buy what you need." But the day when the transaction was to go through, the bank denied it. Scotia said, "No, man, but Chris, they never normally spend so much money." So they denied it. When I called them, they told me. But by this time I went home, and when I got home, I saw a nice letter in the letterbox. And the letter says, "Chris, you are qualified for an unsecured loan of a certain amount." I said, "This must be God speaking." Ladies and gentlemen, I said, "This must be God speaking." So I called the man same time and I said, "Listen, the bank is giving me a loan of 3 times what you're asking for. What do you want to do?" The man said, "Give me all the money, man." I said, "No problem, man. We grew up together. You know, you're a man of God. You're my mentor and I love you." Lo and behold, I went and I took the loan for the gentleman. The first 3 months, it was sweet. The man repaid the loan. Month 4, the excuses started. Month 5, the excuses continued right up to this day. And so, ladies and gentlemen, the debt collectors came chasing me for that money. As a result of that, I ended up with bad debt rather, as a result of that, you know. And I say, "You know what? This is not going to work." As a responsible man, as a man who takes full responsibility for my family, you know, and stuff like that, I said, "It's not going to work. So I have to find another way." You know, I tried many things. I tried farming, I tried all type of things, and they just did not work. I thought that this would have been the end. So I met Mr. Fabian East, and he introduced me to this business. And when I listened to the compensation plan, it wasn't as, you know, as how we have it now. It was just a regular corporate compensation plan. But when I heard that you could earn 50% check match bonus, I said, "No, man, this thing is my deliverance." So I never had the money. I borrowed it and I came in. Ladies and gentlemen, the only people I knew at that point in time that joined me in business were about 4 people. What am I saying to you? All the people that I have enrolled in this business were people that I met subsequent to me joining this business. I'm telling you, Tracy Samuels, if she's on this call right now, I chased Tracy Samuels for months, and this is somebody with whom I grew up, and she would not give me the light of day. But Tracy Samuels came in and she opened a pipeline. She said, "Buffy Campbell, come into the business." Buffy Campbell said, "Terika, come into the business. Terika said, Mark Stewart, come into the business. Lady Tracy, Barrett, if she's on this call, I traveled from Kingston to Spanish Town at her school one day. I've never met her before, but I was talking to her, in a WhatsApp group, and she was into business as well. So I went over there and I gave her the presentation of a lifetime. She said, sign me up. And when I signed her up that day, she was the one who opened the floodgates. Her husband, Steve King, the rest is history. Ladies and gentlemen, never stop adding to your active candidates list. And guess what happened? The people that you are enrolling may not even be the people, as in the person, the direct person who is going to do well in the business. Because a lot of the people that I started out with in the initial stage, you know where they are now? They are living in regret because they left the business. But the people that they would have enrolled, those persons bought into the vision. And now, look what that has led to. So I'm saying never stop adding to your active candidates list. Am I making sense? Am I making sense, Lady Faith? Tell me if I'm making sense. If I'm not making no sense, tell me so I can close the call and go and sleep. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, never stop adding to your active candidates. Keep adding people every single day. How do you add people do? How do you add people? Well, let me tell you how you add people. You add people by raising your awareness. Say that in the chat. Raise your awareness. Come on. Say raise your awareness. Come on. Just type that in the chat. Raise your awareness. Just write that. Just fill the chat with that. Raise your awareness. Truth be told, ladies and gentlemen, is that if you are in this business and you are unable to recruit people, or you don't know where to find people, it could be that you are not raising your awareness. Yes. And what do I mean by that? I mean, ladies and gentlemen, that it could very well be that you are just living in your little world. It could be that you are selfish. It could be that you are that person that think of yourself better than others. And so you refuse to see the value that people can add, yes, to what you currently have. Truth is, every single day you interact with somebody, in one or two or maybe five of the persons that you interact with every single day is a network marketer. Have you ever thought about it like that? You go to the gas station, for example, and I love to talk about this because for me, this business has absolutely no respect for socio-economic backgrounds. And if you understand socio-economic background, we're talking about from education to wealth, right? It has no respect to whether you are rich or whether you are poor. It has no respect for whether you are dunce, as they would say, or you have multiple PhDs. You know what this business has respect for? I want to tell you. This business has respect for people who have a insatiable appetite, yes, to move out of poverty and step into prosperity. This business has respect for people who has the strongest desire to achieve the best they possibly can out of this life. Those are the people that this business has respect for. In other words, Les Brown says, the people that are hungry are the people that win in this particular profession. So the possibility is that if you are losing over here, you're not hungry enough. You're not hungry enough. That could be a possibility. And so therefore, ladies and gentlemen, Raising your awareness, therefore, is you going on the street and you are interacting with people from the pump attendant to the cashier in the pharmacy or at the supermarket. Yes, your banker, your doctor, the police officer who stopped you to give you a ticket. Oh my goodness, the police officer here in Jamaica, they often say left or right. When he says left, you have the perfect opportunity to say, officer, you can do better than this. I have something for you. Yes, but you're not thinking about that at that point in time. You're hungry because he gave you a ticket, or he wants to give you a ticket. You know, many of the people that you come in contact with daily are people that are tired and sick and tired of being sick and tired, you know? But you're not pointing them to their opportunity because you are in your little world. No, I'm afraid to talk to people about this. Maybe them laugh at me. Javon told her last night at his workplace. Who is laughing now? You know who is laughing now? The team man. Javon and I have a little joke that we share. You know what the joke is? If you're not a team man right now, no girl no want you. Because his team man have the money right now. Ask Gerald. Gerald will tell you. You know what I mean? Yes. No team man get sent home, Gerald. No, tell me. No team man get sent home. Mm-mm. No, sir. No team man salary now cut right now. Lady Tanil, raise your not team man salary now cut right now, Russian. So at team man I carry this thing right now. So at work, at Javon's workplace, when they look at Javon, I say, Javon, I'm only going to take it for three days at work. Javon said, thank you very much because I have 4 days to go do my tea business. Ladies and gentlemen, can't you see? Just raise your awareness, man. You're meeting people every day, man. You're meeting them. You meet them on Facebook. Don't spend time talking about things that can't put no value to your pocket, man. Introduce the people to the business. Tell them what's happening with you. You know what I mean? And we show you how to do that. Just don't meet people and go tell them about business like that. No, we have a relationship first and then you step into it. You know what I mean? Yes. So raise your awareness. Don't ever, just be lackadaisical and be selfish or anything like that. And number 4, one of the crimes that we are guilty of over here in this business, Maxine, is the crime of prejudging people. Yes, boy, we are good at that. We are so good at that. I tell you, I love Steve. I love Steve King, with the love of the Lord. Because you see Steve King, I see Steve King calling Dr. So-and-so. I see Steve King calling teacher so-and-so. I see Steve King, sometimes if I follow Steve King, I don't do anything else other than do 3-way calls. If I follow Steve King on a daily basis, if I just follow this man, I don't do anything else other than 3-way call because there's a doctor so-and-so over there, there's a preacher so-and-so around there, there's a teacher around there, there's a pharmacist around there, there's a policeman around there, there's this guy that he met that is selling the Star or the Glider, there's this person that he met who is washing his car and he's so excited to tell them about the business. That's a spirit, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot determine who is going to be successful in this business. And let me tell you, the people that you recruit in this business, their success is your success. That's the bottom line. So we're not prejudging people. We're not looking at that man and saying, oh no, it's not, no, it's not for him. He's a doctor. Let me tell you something. Some of the most broke people in this world are professionals, because nobody live on credit card debt more than professionals. Yes, the middle class in Jamaica right now, if they ever get to, if you can get the middle class in Jamaica to understand what Vida Divina is, trust me, man. Trust me. You will see hungry people because they are broke. They have no financial freedom. If they are going to a hotel to spend the weekend, credit card. If they're going on vacation overseas, credit card. If they're going to the store to buy something, credit card, they can't buy no cash, not even gas, they can't buy cash. Right? If tomorrow morning, like Javon, no wonder people are committing suicide. Because when the salary cuts, and you know, say, wow, the credit card will start mount up, and then you're going to have your bad debt, and then the possibility exists that they will come repossess the house, and they will come repossess the car, and then you that was so powerful and mighty in the eyes of the people within your environment, and for no one knows, so you'll come right down, we are come eat some mackerel like camel. That's rough. That's rough, but tell you what to do. Point them to the better way. Don't prejudge nobody. Now, because you see somebody a flash a credit card, that don't mean nothing, right? In the scheme of things, ladies and gentlemen, get them to understand that this is the better way, no matter who they are. They could be lawyers, they could be doctors, they could be whatever, scientists even, politicians. You know, one of the greatest network marketers in Jamaica is Audley Shaw. Did you know that? Audley, St. Arbin Shaw, I think his name is. Audley Shaw was a millionaire. Well, geez, I can't say that. Yes, Audley Shaw did very well in some network marketing companies here in Jamaica. Yes, one of the top earners, Audley Shaw. Politician, Audley Shaw. And I could call some other names over the other side that are still involved in network marketing. In fact, some of the top network marketers in Jamaica, you know what they do? They are insurance agents. Yes, they are insurance agents, ladies and gentlemen. They know that, look, my insurance agent called me yesterday and said, boy, Chris, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. Because every month, if I don't meet my quota, I'm in trouble. I said, look here, I've been telling you for 6 months, I've been telling you the same thing. Get out of that and come into this. I can't bother my husband this, and I said, okay, well, stay here, but I know very soon she's coming over here. Don't prejudge, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, it gets better because you know, while we are not going to prejudge people, and I'm sure you get the message by now, it's resonating with you. Step 5, network and purpose. Yes, network and purpose. Network and purpose. In other words, I am looking at the 100 and other of us on this call right now, and I'm seeing people who are going to be doing some significant things. People, if you are shy, listen, you're shy most of the times because you lack self-confidence. Most people who are shy people, they are shy because they lack self-confidence, yes? There are some things that you can do to develop your self-confidence. One is start speaking more in crowds. You know what I mean? Just don't sit and talk to your friend alone. You know, talk, get out and talk to people. When you're at church and it's testimony time, Pastor King is preaching and Pastor King say, okay, we're going to have some testimony. Be the first one to jump up, man, and say, listen, if you can't tell it properly, just say, the Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? God bless you, saints. And you sit down. You stepped out. Yes, don't sit there, man. Develop your confidence. You know what I mean? Develop your confidence. And guess what? Even if you're not willing to do it in that format, you have the people on social media. They're not seeing you. They don't know what they look like. Talk to them. Somebody said, once I was blind, but now I can see. The light of the world is Jesus. Yes. Get up and talk, man. Develop the confidence, right? But get involved with your local organizations, right? Get involved with the optimist clubs. There are plenty of them here. Get involved with your church groups. I mean, those are just, plenty. Get involved with your community organizations. Those are plenty. You know what I mean? Get involved, man. Get involved with your political parties. I keep telling people, Jamaica is one of those places that people seem to have a negative attitude towards political parties. But guess what? One of the reasons why that negative attitude is there is because more people are not involved. You see, if we had the majority of the people in Jamaica participating in politics, then the politics would change. But because the politicians know that it's just a few people that are going to be voted, and they have those people like puppet, them can do anything they want in Jamaica and get away with it. But you see, if more of us were involved, believe me, it would have been a different thing. Get involved, man. Be a part of the decision process. And in doing so, you're meeting people, so you're networking on purpose. You join an association because you want to know people. You know what I mean? You want to introduce people to your business. Yes? You're going to whatever, function. Yeah, I tell you, there's a lady in this team. I'm going to call. I hope she's on the call. Michelle Sheriff. I can't talk enough about Michelle Sheriff. But Michelle Sheriff will tell you that when because of the result that she has gotten, when she stepped into a board meeting, yes, and they said, "But hold on, we never know you as a big belly lady. What could happen?" She said, "Let's jump out, take out her tea." And tea just starts to sell like water. Buffy Campbell does the same thing. You know what I mean? Wherever Michelle goes, Michelle said, "Look here, I have some friends. We used to be in Little People together. I'm going to call them right now." And she called them and tell them her story. Boom! 40 tea gone, just like that. She said, "No, so I used to go to King's Chapel. All right, I'm going to call them and tell them a story. Boom, tea's gone." She said, "No," and that's just Michelle Sheriff. That's just Michelle Sheriff. What makes you so different? So get yourself involved, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, the rest is going to be history. It's going to be history. Your business is going to grow. Okay, Lloyd, let me just unmute and tell me if what I'm saying, if it is making sense. Let me see if you are here. You are here, Lloyd. You are one of the persons who asked me, how you find people, how you find in this training. What are you gleaning from what we are saying right now?
It's very informative. I'm taking notes and I'm listening, and it does make sense, especially for my issue, if I call it that, is my current. I'm gonna call that too. My current job takes up most of my time. So what I'm from previous conversations with you, I'm drawing more to social media to and doing my prospect list just to get on board, because for talking to people individually, it's a bit challenging for me because they work sort of 9 to 5, sometimes longer than that, but during the daytime. So I'm doing more social media posts and working on my list. So yes, this is good.
Awesome, Lloyd. Thank you very much for sharing. I look forward to your growth.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, 5 steps to unlimited prospects. 5 steps. Very simple. Number 1, develop an active candidates list. Number 2, never stop expanding your active candidates list. And number 3, raise your awareness. Number 4, never prejudge people. And number 5, network on purpose. I certainly hope that the information shared, is in line with your thinking. And if it's not in line with your thinking, you're being here and listening and participating will now help you to get to a point where you can truly say, yes, I now know where to get prospects. Lady Gadal, take it away. I see your hand is raised. Lady Gadal?
Yes, good night. It's
Hi.
Tracy Dorma.
Okay.
And I got on a bit late, came home late, but I heard most of it. And I must thank you, Chris. You challenged me this weekend, although not very well. And I did something today, and I got over 20 persons based on what I listened to, didn't finish it. Over 20 persons were interested in the business just today.
Awesome.
Yes.
I'm delighted to hear that. And of course, between now and the rest of the month, the other 36 of us who are here are going to be reporting similar good news. Thank you very much, Lady Tracy. Bless you.
One question, however, I'm pretty
Sure.
sometimes person call you and they want to know about, I'm new to this, new to everything, compensation plan, everything, and they want to know the business. No, that's a challenge I'm having. I want to tell them on spot. I don't think I do a good job if I do that on spot. Do you have any tips though that I can WhatsApp? Not so bad, but some people call you. I have 2 persons in particular calling me. I want the information now, and I keep deferring them, so I'll get back to them, which is not very good.
Right.
So how would you deal with something like that?
Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, great question from Lady Tracy. It's very simple. My friend, unfortunately, at this point in time, I am unable to have this conversation with you because of my engagements that I have to attend to throughout the course of this day. However, tonight at 8 p.m., my business partners and I will be discussing this very same opportunity at 8 p.m. If I were to send you a Zoom link to attend this rather private session, would you be able to attend? If they say yes, you say, okay, fine. This is the Zoom link for the presentation. I will check with you at about, I know I'm going to be very busy because that's how my days are, but I'll make time to check with you just about 1 hour before the meeting, just to remind you. You see where I'm at?
Yes.
Because you are not the expert and you will never be able to properly explicate this business to people for them to say, oh, I want to do it. It's always better when you point them to a source, right, other than yourself, right? Another thing you could do, you could say, okay, fine, I know you are eager, I'm busy, but here's what I could do for you. If I were to send you one of my recorded presentations with my upline business partner leader explaining the business, would you be okay listening? And they say, fine, yeah, I'm good for that. Send it to me right now. They say, okay, if I were to send it to you now, could I call you back within 1 hour? Because I could take about 5 minutes from what I'm doing just to get a feedback from you. You know what I mean? So you're time bounding them. You know what I mean? They're giving them that time. They say, okay, fine. Yes, you're going to listen now. But if I were to call you back within an hour, would they be able to, you know what I mean? And once they say to you, listen, I listened to the presentation, that's where go to the 4 steps to follow, that Eric Worre would have posited. Number 1, so tell me, John, what is it that you liked best about the presentation? Boy, let me tell you, the products, they were amazing. I like how the guy or the lady spoke about these products. I seem to be able to, I can benefit from them. And I know people who can benefit from them as well. All right, let me tell you something, John. You see, when I first heard that presentation, that was one of the things that captivated me. But for me, the thing that really captivated me the most was the fact that I can actually earn unlimited income from this business. So remember now, you agreed with them and what they would have, that what would have captivated them. But now you are putting in the person's mind another thing now for them to think about, which is the money aspect. You said to them, okay, fine, that's great. John, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest. If you were to start this business now, where are you? And John said, well, I'm at a 7. You said, well, John, let me tell you something, man. I'm happy for you. Because when I just heard about it, I was at a 2. Why was I at a 2? I did not have the money to start. But you know what I did, John? I borrowed the money and I started because this opportunity is just too good to be true. You know what I mean? So I just had to get involved. And then they say to John, John, if you were to get started, you're at a 7 and that's great. If you were to get started, how much money would you want to earn from this business? Yes, for it to be really worth your while. John says, well, I want to earn $10,000. I said, well, John, that's great because, when I thought about it, I was thinking more in the line of $20,000 to $30,000 a month, because based on where I'm at now, I'd really like to resign my job, because I need more time, freedom for my children. I need to spend more time with my wife or husband. And listen, I've been working all my life, and I just need to get on some vacation. I need to travel the world and that type of thing. And trust me, when I listen to this business properly, I believe that this business can provide me with enough money to do all of these things. And then you say to John, given that you like the products, John, given that you are at a 7, given that you want to earn $10,000 on a monthly basis, John, how many hours per week would you want to invest in this business, or you could invest in this business to achieve this goal? And John said, well, I could do 10,000, I could do 10 hours per week. I said, well, John, if that is where you are, how about me introducing you to one of my business partners who is a rose gold, who is a platinum, who is a sapphire, who is a whatever, who could really tell you more about this business? And John said, well, I'm excited, let's do it. Boom, you do a 3-way call, right, with the upline. The upline doesn't have to be your direct upline, but somebody that he has confidence in, and you get that 3-way call. When I get on the 3-way call, here's what is going to happen now, and this is crucial. You must educate your upline first about John. Listen, Steve King, I met John, and let me tell you, John is a remarkable human being. This man is influential. He has he listened, or he watched the presentation, and he's very excited. I know, I mean, Steve, when I think of John, the only other person on God's green earth that I can think of is you, Steve King. And then you're going to say to John, Steve King is my upline. This guy is just creating waves throughout Jamaica, the Caribbean, and by extension, the world. He has a very large team of persons, and all the people in his team are earning a minimum of $500 on a monthly basis. Steve is my mentor. He's my leader. I love him very much. And he's gonna just tell you more about this business. John, pleased to meet Steve. Steve, pleased to meet John. I mean, with that type of introduction, we can tell you something. John I got sign. John must put sign in the chat. Put sign in the chat, ladies and gentlemen, because John must sign. Oh my God. Oh, Mr. John must sign. John have to join. And when Steve King gets on the phone, it's all over and done. Are you with me, my good friend? Let me unmute her. If you found value in that, just tell me in the chat that you found value in the points I shared just now. If you found value in it, just tell me, Go ahead, Lady Tracy.
Yes, Chris, I found a lot of value. And the very last point you make is where I personally have a great challenge.
Mm-hmm.
That upline.
Yes.
I don't really know any upline now that I can call sometimes and get that attention.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Do you know Anne-Marie Cole?
Yes, but sometimes she's busy, or so I call her straight, not getting through or whatever.
No, man, hold on. You see, that's the thing I wanted to understand. The fact that you pick up your phone and call Anne-Marie, it means that the possibility exists that there are 15 other people who's trying to get her attention as well. Because she's that dynamic person. She's that dynamic, and Anne-Marie is one of the most willing human beings I know in this business. Anne-Marie worked me like a slave when it comes on to 3-way calls. And she said, and our team can attest to it. People like Roshan, people like Dale, all these people can attest to the fact that when they call Anne-Marie, if she is not dealing with somebody else, she's going to answer. And if she missed the call, she's going to call you back. So if you have Anne-Marie as your upline, you have a star. You have a star. You have a big bad upline in this business which is creating waves. If you have a Steve King, you have a big bad upline that is creating waves. If you have a Kerry Carter, oh my goodness, you have a big bad upline that is creating waves in this business. Yes. If you have a Gerald Morris, oh my God, man. These are the people that you have. Don't think about lowly Christopher Thomas. I am just your servant. You know what I mean? But those are the big bad people. So when they get the chance, yes, talk to me.
So I only of all the names you call, yes, I might go on a meeting and I might hear the other person's.
Yes.
But the person I've ever spoken to or any interaction with is Anne-Marie.
Yes.
And Anne-Marie is busy. Is there somebody else?
Yes, if Anne-Marie is busy, you may can call her, but you may have the same problem with me because I just told you, I don't remember earlier I told you. You have a man named Steve King. Yes? You have a person named Anne-Marie Cohart. Let me tell you some of the people. You have people like Kerry Carter. When Kerry Carter is trying to recruit somebody, she not gonna try to do it herself because that's what we are taught, not to do it ourselves. They point you to their upline. So I'm telling you, on a daily basis, I'm doing close to 20, 25 even, three-way calls. And in that as well, I'm doing some opportunity presentations because you have some people who are saying, all right, yeah, I really want to achieve it, remember you about the business. Do a presentation. I'm not just jump on my computer and do it. So yes, if you call me and you don't get through to me, you may have the same report like you have at Anne-Marie right now. You get what I'm saying to you? But look here, here's what I'm saying to you. Don't stop trying. Right?
No,
because
I won't.
Yeah, man.
I won't. I won't.
So I'm going to give you some names. So of course, there's Anne-Marie. You can always call on Kerry Carter, Javon Ebert, all these numbers I'm going to provide you with. And there are other people.
You said Hebert. What Hebert is that?
Javon, right? You can call on, let me tell you some names you can call on as well. People who will find the time for you in this business. You can call on Dale. You can call on Gerald.
That's Dale Turner?
Yes, man. Yes, man. Yes, man. Call on these people, man. Call on them. All right? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right. That's the hands coming up. Lady Michelle Sheriff. Oh, my goodness. Take it away, man. Lady Michelle, your hand is up. I just asked her to unmute.
I just did. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I just wanted to add, Christopher, but you made the point already that you should create a list of the persons that the downlines can reach out to for assistance with their contact information and post it in the group so that they are aware.
Absolutely.
And not just the same persons all the time, persons are calling.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you very much, Lady Michelle Sheriff, for that. Okay, great. Yeah, man. People like Sophia Thomas, what? Those people big in this thing and serious, man. All right, so that's it. Let me see now. Next, Gerald. No. There's a person who we have not yet unmuted. Sir, Mrs. Blake, go ahead, ma'am. Your hand has been up for quite some time now. Take it away. Mrs. Blake, asking you to unmute once. Asking you to unmute twice. Okay, Mrs. Blake is not with us. Gerald, take it away, sir.
All right, Chris, I want to point out something on the three-way call. Bugs did a training, and many of us have used it, and it has helped us so many times well over. I worked with Holton myself. One of the things he said to me, I never forget it when I met him in Sarasota, Florida. He says, three-way calling is by far one of the most underutilized tools in all of network marketing. And the reason why a lot of people don't use it is they don't know how effective it is, and they don't know exactly what the power it has to really impact their organization. So here's my thing. When our team is using a three-way call, it is not helping the upline if the only time the person is going to hear about the business is when you jump on the three-way call. And what we need not do, guys, is we need not jump on the call and say, hey, Chris, I have a friend of mine here about the business. He has never been exposed. And remember, Eric, what I don't tell you. it takes up to 7, maybe 10 exposures for a person to really make the decision to get in.
Right.
So the exposure after, and the purpose of an exposure is to create another exposure.
Correct.
You're not trying to convince the person, you're not trying to sell a product, you're trying to expose the person so you understand what they need and you educate them with what you have. That's the point of it. So when you get on the three-way now, the upline would have already been preempted that, hey, I have this person that I know you can impact them some more and help them to make a better decision.
Yes.
So at which point you get on the call and of course you follow the steps of the three-way. Anybody who don't know what it is like, there's a video out there, I can circulate it with you.
But Gerald, before you get to the video, can we actually, you know what would be nice? If you could do a training for us on, let's say, Wednesday evening at 7 p.m., yes? Yeah, for the entire team on three-way calls.
Yeah, man. It is the most underutilized tool in all of network marketing, and people don't
let us agree, Gerald, to have another training session Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. Because, Gerald, what you have on this call, you know, are some hungry people, you know, whose perspective has simply been changed on what network marketing is and what they need to grow. So I'm sure these people right now are hungry, and when next we meet, these people are going to have their downlines, their business partners on that call as well. So yes, let us do the three-way call on the three-way call training on Wednesday, and let us also do some role plays as well. I'll be more than happy to participate in that.
Yeah, man, definitely.
All right. So guys, you heard that. 7 p.m. Wednesday evening, Gerald Morris, one of the top men in this business, is going to be conducting a training on three-way calls. All right? Blessings to you, my friend. All right, there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, it is always my pleasure to sit here and to share with you, right? Yes, I am in this business to help everybody that I can to attain the levels that I have. I mean, you know, my story is a phenomenal one. And so will yours. You know what I mean? So will yours. Your story will also be a phenomenal one when it is told. So thank you very much again for the time that you would have invested this evening. I hope it would have been worth your while. I hope you would have gleaned as much as possible and that you now have something, you know, to help to, you know, catapult your business to the next level. In the chat, for you who are here, just type in the chat, you know, the takeaway and of course your implementation going forward. What is it that you're going to be taking away from this training, and what is it that you're going to be implementing in your daily activities to ensure your growth, right? Just go ahead and type away, you know, your takeaway from the call, that which, you know, would have impacted you the most, and also that which you're going to be implemented. And ladies and gentlemen, hold yourselves accountable. You know what I mean? Think about it. We spoke about it earlier. The 3 types of people in this business. Who are they? They are posers, they are amateurs, and they are professionals. Which one are you? The professionals, they develop skills, yes, and they practice and practice and practice and practice until they get to the point of, you know, where they ought to get to. So drop in the chat your takeaways and also your implementation. And let's go and recruit 20 people in 30 days. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. We can do it. I believe we can do it, right? I know we have the capacity. I know we are now developing the competence. I know we are hungry. You know what I mean? Yes, you are here. I mean, for yourself, you are living in a country where they say a diamond could not come from. But here is it that you have a diamond. You have something to aspire to. You know what I mean? Every time the going gets tough, think about Christopher being a diamond. Every time it gets rough, every time something comes, you know, to distract you, think about it. No, you know, Christopher was never distracted. Christopher was never distracted. He was focused, and irrespective of what they, you know, said about him, you know, he persevered. And of course, now he is said to be, I don't know, yeah, Armand said it, the only diamond in the Caribbean. My goodness gracious me, imagine that. If I have done it, so can you. So can you. So we can all get there. We can all get there to the mountaintop. 52 diamonds in Vida Divina. Jamaica has one. The Caribbean has one. You know what I mean? So let's go get it done. All right, ladies and gentlemen. It was indeed my pleasure, as usual, to share with you. It's my pleasure to empower you. It's my pleasure to get you to the point where you ought to be. Have yourselves a fantastic, fantastic night.